Welcome back to Coin Sense and Nonsense. Today, we're talking coins from Mexico. We're going to dig out some of our old favorites to show off. But the main thing is to show you something new I just picked up. I got a set of commemorative coins from the Bank of Mexico from 2011. So this is the Numismatic Heritage of Mexico, or Herencia Numismática de Mexico. Gonna screw the language up really bad, so I apologize in advance for the butchering I will do. My 3 years of Spanish in high school, junior high, whatever, not helping me today. So these are bimetallic coins. I'm gonna put the tripod down in a moment, don't worry. So we'll go through all of these. There's 4 sets of these commemoratives. This is the first issue. I was hoping to pick up the others before I made the video, but been dry so far. I'm getting the follow-up sets, or at least a deal on them anyway. So let's go through these and check them out. All right, so briefly to show you I guess this is the COA, or at least it's the lowdown on everything. So try to hold it still. If you want to pause it, actually let me get it in full frame here. If you wanted to read it, pause it and check it out. Those are the different sets. This is this first one, Series 1. And then here's the English version of it, Numismatic Heritage of Mexico. So bimetallic, they're sterling silver in the center and bronze aluminum on the outer. These are 100 peso coins, but they represent essentially 1 peso coins, or essentially like a trade dollar value. So this first one is commonly known as a pillar dollar. And so these were brought over from Spain, essentially, this design anyway. These were commonly used like in the time of trade dollars, or even before that, obviously by the date here, 1732, that's before we got into business. But these are known as, like I say, pillar dollars, or two worlds dollars, coins of worlds and seas. They have lots of different names. Columnario de mundos y mares, if you want, with my bad Spanish. So 1732 was, I guess these were minted with a new technology. It was like the flying press, or the screw press, they called it. And it allowed coins to be minted in a round shape, or kind of milled in a round shape. So that was significant for the time. And these were used up until the next coin I'm going to show you in like 1780s or so, 1783, they kind of put a halt to these. So next. Oh, and on the backs of these are the, this is really supposed to be the obverse of coins. This is the eagle, or the national emblem or symbol. And so this is really, would be on the obverse of coins, and we'll get into that a little bit later with a different issue. All right, next up is this one, dated 1783. Quite a schnozola on that guy. That's Carlos III. And so these were kind of done in the style that was common at the time of, European absolutism. It's got the portrait of the monarch. And so, yeah, Carlos III of Spain. The government ordered, I guess secretly, that the fineness of the coins be reduced. They wanted to save a little bit of dough. So they went from 11 grains to like 10 grains and something. So, but they didn't really announce the change. They did it on the QT there. But also at the same time, they put a halt to those pillar dollars that I just showed you. So moving on to these as being significant for the growth of Mexico. And this is before the independence of Mexico. And so we'll talk about that. All right, coin number 3. These are Moneda de Morelos SUD type or SUD type. I don't know how you pronounce that or would say it, but basically these were minted in copper by kind of the resistance force or the fighting force. They didn't have enough money to pay the troops and feed them and all, so so the general ordered that coins be minted as kind of like an IOU or a coupon or promissory note, whatever, that after the war you could exchange these for silver and gold. So these were like the first fiat currency of Mexico, and kind of interesting. So, kind of considered the first genuine Mexican coin, even though Mexico hadn't been fully recognized as an independent country yet. Oh, and I forgot to mention the value on these. It's 8 real, just like the other two that I just showed. That's kind of like the common denomination for coins of that weight and fineness for that time. 8 real. All right, so next up is this one. It's really, really cool. This one, Resplendor Republicano, bad Spanish, basically Republican cap and raise. So this was the first coin for Mexico. It was minted, this particular one was minted at the Durango Mint. You can see the D right there, and 8 real, also the denomination there at the top left, or kind of like the mid left. 1824, the date, and very, very cool. So, like I say, this is the first coin designed under the government of Mexico, or the newly founded country of Mexico. And so that's like the Liberty cap from the French Revolution, and the rays of the sun. And the coin was ordered to be designed to have the eagle, or the national emblem, on the obverse. This is really the reverse of the coin. And as a result, you know how that we say in the U.S., do you want heads or tails when you flip the coin? They say, do you want eagle or sun? So this would be the sun side, or the tails side. Eagle would be that side, although it probably didn't look exactly like that. Well, maybe it did. I guess this is kind of like the older version of it. So, right on. Love that. So yeah, eagle or sun instead of heads and tails. Oh, and the other key thing I forgot to point out is Libertad, right there. Libertad, freedom. And so, as you know, even though some people call these onzas, the later design is Libertad. All right, next up, this is the 5th out of 6 coins. This is actually a commemorative coin to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the War of Independence. And that is Liberty, or Libertad, riding a horse. Got a oak branch in the right hand, and I guess a torch in the left. Sun rays behind. Very cool design. All right, and so the final coin in this set is the Peso de Bolito, or the little ball peso, and so named for that round design in the center over the denomination. Very simple coin. This is one of the most famous coins of the Mexican Revolution, and was one of the first, I guess, to be minted by the mint run by Francisco Villa, and kind of cool. So, part of the numismatic heritage of Mexico. Excellent. That's why we're here, right? So I told you I'd show you some other coins. We did briefly look at the 1947 version of the peso. This design is really cool. I've shown this in a previous video, but maybe a Toner Tuesday video, but very, very cool. And then flash this one early on. This is the 1985 Onza or Libertad, and got some tab toning there. So that's the old design or the original design of the Onza or the Libertad. Eventually, they kind of rotated the view of the statue in the mountains. Poor man's stack. And then, oh, I forgot, yeah, it is coin flip. So this is the newer reverse, and at first I always liked this better, but after you get a couple toners with the original reverse, you say, oh yeah, I like that one a lot better. So, oh, and speaking of toners, 1982 was the first year of this Onza or the 1 ounce silver Libertad. Coin. So, and then I do have an example of a pillar dollar. This is one for the Philippines, actually. Spain really got around, but it just shows an example of a type of pillar dollar. It doesn't have the two worlds like that one did, but and that's, yeah. And last but not least, on my coins of Mexico, here's a little 5 ouncer. Little. So, and that's got the dinner plate, or you could use these for a coaster if you were so inclined, I guess. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed checking these out. Let me see what damage I've done to my set here. I think I had man down. Oh, Oscar is down. So I thank you for watching Coin Sense and Nonsense. And until next time, bye-bye.